Yes, Sai Ram to everybody. I had good fortune to join Swami's junior college in Puttaparthi way back in 1984. If those of you have seen the old Prashant Nilayam with sands, will really go back to that great days when we had Swami's darshan both morning and evening. And I had good fortune during those days. Swami started a great series of Bhagavad Gita lectures, and it was Swami's 60th birthday also, 1985. And since we were in school, Swami had called all boys of institute as well as schools for 60th birthday celebrations. And fortunately, I had got chance to be one of the participants in Bhangra dance. Bhangra dance, we have to dance before Swami's chariot. The chariot will move from Prashant Nilayam to the Hillview Stadium. Now, for that, we had to reach Prashant Nilayam early in the morning at 5 o'clock. We reached Prashant Nilayam at 5:30. That time, Prashant is Swami's Mandir from hostel. When we reached there, we had to do makeup, all dresses and everything. Swami's chariot was there. We had forgotten everything, whether we had tea, coffee, everything, nothing. And we went in the Swami called us inside in the prayer hall, now which is a Krishna chariot is there. We went inside there and we were waiting there for Swami to come down. Now, when Swami came down, he saw all of us and asked, "Boys, did you have breakfast?" Now, all of us, five, three, some of them, 4 o'clock, we had come and no breakfast, nothing. Immediately, Swami called Chiranjit Rao. That time, he used to look after all Swami's things in the ashram and arrange breakfast for us in the very prayer hall itself. Swami's prayer hall where we do bhajan, suprabhat and everything. We had idli, I think we had idli and vada there. And again, Swami told us to come out, go off there. And during those days, we had great fortune of watching this great avatar of the age from very close quarters. How the avatar functions, what are his principles, what are his teachings. After my PUC, I went to Brindavan. Brindavan, again, it was a great chance. We had a Adi Shankaracharya drama. Then we could see many miracles of Bhagwan from very close quarters, very experiences. But I would like to narrate few experiences which I think the devotees of which experience. When we were once in Vrindavan seated there, so one of the teachers asked Swami, which God we should worship? Krishna, Rama, Shiva, which God we should worship? Then Swami told, see, you worship any God, all are one. Then Swami gave example of Shurpanakha. The Swami called Shurpanakha wanted to marry Rama, and Rama cut her nose and ears. Then she did penance for Krishna. She did penance for Shiva. And in the next birth, she was born as Kupja, and Krishna married her that time. So Swami told, see, whom did she want to marry? She wanted to marry Rama. She did penance for Shiva, and Krishna married her that time. It was a summer course. The Swami asked, how do you say Swami is omnipresent, omnipotent? Only words, you have only words, you don't have any experience. Then after it was summer course, I think end of the summer course or something, I don't remember exactly date, I would have written in my diary. Then Swami told, see, I'll tell you how omnipresent I am. Swami created a pendant of Nala and Damayanti. Then Swami told, during those days, that swan is to carry the messages. And after they got married, Damayanti told Nala that, can you make a pendant in memory of that swan for me? And how that pendant looked like, I am creating. And Swami created that and showed in the auditorium. And mind you, he went, if you have seen Vrindavan auditorium, each and every row Swami went. Each and every row Swami went and showed that pendant. And then Swami told, see, that time also I was present. Today I am also present. That's why I could create. This is Swami's omnipresence. I am present throughout. I remain present throughout, past, present, and future. You people come and go, but I am always there. So this was one incident where Swami shows that not by word we say Swami is omnipresent, omnipotent. But this was one incident which showed that he is omnipresent. One more incident which comes to my mind was, again, Swami's Leelas in Vrindavan. I think there are many, but two incidents which I would like to narrate. Once Swami was just standing Vrindavan, there are a lot of trees. It is not like Prashanti Nilayam. There are many trees around, and Swami was standing in the lawn. Those who have seen Trai Vrindavan, those days we can go inside. And for darshan, we used to wait outside. Swami come from Trai Vrindavan, and trees were there. So one of the leaves from the trees fell on the Swami's hair. And one of the boys told Swami, and Swami standing, and we were sitting down. How was Swami, Swami, Swami? So Swami told Emra. Swami knows what he wants to say. Emra, what happened? Swami, leave Swami. Then Swami told, see, this is the forest, forest, forest. Then again, Swami changed the word for rest. For rest means what? For you to rest. Leave everything on Swami. Leave everything on me. And then I will take care of you. Don't bother about anything. I will take care of your everything. This was one small incident which Swami stood, which we had good opportunity to listen. One more incident which I would like to narrate was, it was Vrindavan Swami's last day, and he was returning to Puttaparthi that day, and he called, I think morning time, he called all Vrindavan boys inside. We went inside. Sri Vrindavan is a place where now there is a jhula. If you see many foot, that day only Swami's chair was there, and all boys used to surround Swami and sit. And Swami told, go inside. We all ran inside around Swami's chair. And Swami took a leaf of tulsi leaf. There are many tulsi leaves outside Vrindavan garden. So he plucked the small tulsi leaf plant. Mrs. Ratana, most of you would have heard. Mrs. Ratanlal and Mr. Ratanlal, great stories, great old devotees of Bhagwan. Great experiences and great faith in Swami those days also. Then called Mr. Ratanlal and came inside. Mr. Ratanlal, come here. He called here. What is this? Swami, tulsi leaf. Then Swami told, see, we put tulsi leaf when person dies. So we put tulsi so that body doesn't smell. So tulsi leaf is put in the mouth. So Swami told, what is this? Then always Swami, tulsi leaf. And suddenly it is like this. And mind you, it was a great thing. Entire that twig become of gold. Entire twig, including leaves, all small things, everything turned into gold. Then Swami just showed, what is this? Then he broke that one leaf inside, and inside we could see tulsi. It was such a mind-boggling thing. We could not imagine. Inside tulsi leaf is there, but a full gold coating. We were wondering how it happened. And Swami broke one leaf, and that noise of gold cracking used to come. And Swami told, "Kisko mangta hai? Who wants this?" And everybody boy, Swami, 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 Swami. Swami, abhi main ladki banata hai tumko. Then everybody knows Swami, no Swami, Swami. Then again Swami put in his mouth and told, Tamasha ra, Tamasha. Such instances which we could see this avatar from great corners, great instances. One instance which comes to my mind is, once we were sitting in Prashanti Nilayam, portico, in my MSc, I think. Mr. Gopal Rao was a great devotee of Bhagwan. And he asked Swami, what sadhana I should do? What sadhana we should do? So Swami, I think it's written, Swami told, don't think anything. Just close your eyes and think how Swami talks, how Swami walks, what Swami does. This itself is a great sadhana. Now, mind you, this is a great Bhagavatam. Now, even when Parikshit, his end came near, he was told that in 7 days he will die. What Shuka Maharishi advised him was, just listen to stories. And if you see Bhagavatam, it is nothing but stories of Bhagavan, stories of all the 10 avatars. And same thing, that mind, where is your mind? Mind is very important. If you see all Swami's lectures, he concentrates on mind, thoughts, thinking. I think just before we started that Shivoham, that encompasses all Swami's teachings. That you are not this body, you are not this body, you are Shiva, you are God. All Swami's teachings are focused on this only. And I think if we focus on this, I think we would have understood Swami's all teachings. One more example, again, Mr. Gopal Rao asked Swami was, Swami, how should I worship you? That is sadhana he did. Again, because those devotees were very free with Bhagavan. And morning time, those days when Swami, the sands were there, this Pulvant hall was not there. And when we sit directly, Swami's door was there. Swami, when he comes out, all boys and VIPs sit this side. And Gopal Rao being ex-chairman of Andhra Bank, he was a great devotee of Bhagavan, and they were very close to Swami. They could talk very, very informally with Bhagavan. And Mr. Gopal Rao, again, he was standing just talking to boys, something, ha, boys here. Swami, what sadhana we should do? Then Swami told, just see, seva karo sabka. All these are my forms. Porticos here, and devotees used to sit here those days. They were all arches. I don't know whether any of you have seen old Prashantinium. There were small arches, and devotees used to go and sit there inside. And Swami told, see, all these are my forms. जाके सेवा करो, सेवा करो. And from next day, we could see Mr. Gopal Rao. He used to go, he was a 80s plus. He went into canteen and started serving water in the canteen. Until last, I think he served morning, evening, whenever he used to get time. Until I think his legs and hands were together, working properly. He went and served water in the canteen, nothing else. Main thing, Swami's teaching again, I would come that Swami's philosophy, Swami's spirituality is very different. What we think, photo laga liya, bhajan kiya, nahi. There are great things which Swami says is, see me in everybody. And this is what the great sadhana we could see that day. Swami told, see me in everybody and do service. The main thing when we go, I wear Sevadal scarf or whatever, even we are not wearing Sevadal scarf, we are doing whatever we do, we should think that Swami is there in him or that God is there in him. And we are serving. Another example in the incident which come to my mind is, whenever till Swami was there as an alumni meet, after we passed out, we know how to get Swami's attention. Because during those days, once you are passed out, means gone, your connection with Swami is broken. Till you are student, you will get all VIP treatment, sit in front and everything. So after we passed out, all students thought, how could we get closer to Swami? So in 2003, 2004, all alumni, we got together and started seva activities in Prashantinilayam. We did medical camps nearby villages, took all programs to Swami, this. And again, we could get back Swami. Every time Swami used to call us, what are you doing? How many boys are coming? So we started going for New Year. Every New Year, December, New Year, we used to go to Prashantinilayam and do some seva activity. Now it was become so much that every time New Year, Swami knows that alumni boys, old boys are going to come. And register Swami stocks, how many boys are coming, from where? So we started registering. And then one time, Swami called us inside prayer hall and told boys, whatever question you can want to ask, you can ask me. All alumni from all over the world, I think. We don't know how much that those days, 600, 700 we used to get together. And then Swami told, see, all boys, every year we should come here first. So I made a point, every New Year I used to go to Puttaparthi whenever till Swami was in his physical frame. Even after that, we continued to grow till pandemic came. Then one of the boys told, then Swami told, what should we do? Then Swami had called All India President also. That time, Mr. V. Srinivasan was President of All India or Satya Sai Seva organizations. Swami told, boys, seva karo. Do service. Again, I told you that's best sadhana. Swami told, do service. See me in everybody. I am in all. See, this is Vishwa Virata Swarupa. Then one of the boys told Swami, I don't get time to do seva. What should I do? We was working morning, evening, I have work. I don't get time for work. Then Swami told, don't worry. Whatever work you do, like you are going to office, that is Swami's work. That you don't have to wear scarf and go and do some seva in some village, take broom and do all that. Nothing like that. Take that brass. And then one more thing great Swami told was, whatever you think it is Swami's work. Don't think that you're doing for that boys. Suppose a lady is cooking in her house, she's cooking for this, X, Y, Z. Nothing like that. You're cooking for Swami. You're cooking for me. Or you're going to office, you're not going to some other work. Like I practice for somebody else. You're going for somebody, so doing for Swami. So think like that. And that is seva, that is sadhana. And that's why again Swami changed what is sadhana, what is seva. So what spirituality Swami is trying to put in our daily day-to-day life. I used to often wonder, why in our organization nothing is there? And in one of the speeches Swami greatly mentioned is, because I am an avatar. I cannot tell you, you do this. And Swami never tells directly, so you have to do this, sit sadhana, never. You are divine, that you start thinking that you are divine, you are divinity. Like Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. And you have to have a great confidence in this, that you are Shiva. You are Advaitam, you are Advaitam. And for this one example, Swami gave another same thing, Shivoham. Like one of Swami told again story in our Vrindavan. Okay, now when we chant Shivoham, we should have full confidence that I am Shiva. That Swami told, if you have that, you will experience the results of that. But how we get negativity creeps inside, Swami gave one example. There was a guru, and his son he told you do Shiva Hom, Shiva Hom, same mantra, chanting Shiva Hom. And said Shishya was chanting Shiva Hom, Shiva Hom, Shiva Hom. His friend comes and he says, Are, what are you doing this? No, no, my guru has told me to chant Shiva Hom, Shiva Hom, Shiva Hom. Well, okay, you're chanting Shiva, but what about Parvati? What is her relation with you? Are, papam, papam, papam. Then Swami told, see, why he did like this? Why should you tell what is relation? Even Parthiv is me. Parthiv is also Shiva. I am also Shiva. It is Advaita. If you have that strong confidence, he should not tell, Are, why papam? He never makes us down. You are Divyatma Swarupas. That is a great teaching of Bhagavan's philosophy, Bhagavan's avatarhood, Bhagavan's main life mission. His great teaching is this only. When we went close quarters, when we saw Swami's life, we had good fortune of seeing Swami's style of working, Swami's way of talking, Swami's work with very close quarters. And we can experience, we have seen Bhagwan's life, nothing for himself, nothing for him. Even eating, I think most of you would have heard, till you finish your Arti, Om Jai Jagtil Narayan, Swami would have finished his eating. You can imagine in that period. Swami finished, and nothing there, itna khane ka, nothing like that. Anything for everything for world. And if you see Swami's room, I think more, and got great fortunately, I got opportunity to sleep in Swami's Trai Vrindavan those days, Swami Das, and we could see Swami's room, Swami's entire, such a small rooms. You could see in Prashantilim also, very small room. We see got a Swami AC tablet, AC, Swami is staying, nothing like that. Very simple, no AC, nothing in Prashantilim. To my great, to everything that Swami had very simple, small one rope, even in small fan and small tubular night lamp. That's all, nothing else. So that's what Swami's life was. And Swami told, my life is my message. And he loved all and served all. Swami told, see, I am serving. And great example he gave was, Swami said, people come to Prashantilim and I myself go and pick up the letters. So I can sit here and tell, leke aao mere ko letter. He is a God. He can say, I am God. You come and give. But himself, you know how difficult it is to go and each. When Sevadal comes, he used to go and give, distribute vibhuti to each and every Sevadal. He used to go to each and every devotee, call everybody, serve, talk to them, give them. He was always giving and serving. That's what he told, my life is you should serve people. Serve with intention, seeing that Swami is inside, not that you serving X, Y, Z, nothing like that. You see that Bhagavan himself is there. And that great lesson of Shiva Hom, I think these two teachings, if you have strong faith in this, you would have practiced all Swami's teachings and all Swami's philosophies is encapsulated in these two things. And I think as a Swami's devotee for Swami's lectures, without Swami's teachings, I think we cannot practicing and putting into practice. We cannot call ourselves as Swami's devotees. Merely putting a Swami's photograph, doing some bhajans, and nothing in practice. We cannot call ourselves devotees because. And one more thing, somebody asked Swami, when we go out, we'll increase your devotees, we'll do that, we'll spread your message. Swami told very bluntly, don't worry about spreading my message, increasing devotees. You concentrate on what I teach and just follow and put into practice. That I will take care of increase. That is, you don't have to worry. Till then, how many devotees have come? Has anybody brought any devotees? It is that is my job. Your job is only to put into practice what Swami says, what Swami does. And that's what our main aim of our life should be. Whatever Swami says and teachings, we have to put into practice. Only then we will understand what is Sai, his philosophy and his teachings. And every day we have to listen. At least half an hour we should listen to Swami's discourse, and that will help us a lot in understanding what is Sai's philosophy. Because without understanding Sai's philosophy, what is Sai and what he stands for, we cannot understand what his philosophy. We cannot call ourselves as Sai devotees. That's sadhana is not you sit quiet, do japam, do sadhana, nothing. This practice, thinking, put into practice, this is what sadhana is. And this is what going to give us joy in our life. Your life is changed. Your life will be beautiful, tension free. Always will be joyful inside, without any tension and worries. Always positive in life. One small experience that I am telling that we are doing everything as Swami, and one small experience which I would say how Swami helps us in our daily life if we follow all these things. I am practicing advocate, and those who have no Bombay local train, how the trains are. So I was going from my place to one of the court at Goregaon, and I had kept my bag and my court brief in the train, up in first class compartment of the train. And as my train got down, I got down the train. I took the auto rickshaw, and halfway I reached. So once I reached, I forgot my brief in the train itself. And today I had to argue. It was around almost 10:15 and 11 o'clock. I have to reach the court, and I forgot my brief in the train. Again, now I was thinking. No, morning I have told I have a habit of listening very often, even during before I go to sleep, the speeches of Bhagavan. And again, I was thinking, Swami Shivoham. That is my sister. I just told sister that Swami, please help me out. And without any, I know Swami will help. 100% faith that Swami is with me. He is going to help me. With that faith, again I go back to the I don't know those of you know Mumbai Goregaon station, and the train was Andheri local. I go back to Goregaon station. I knew that train would come back. So something inside me tells me to get down at Jogeshwari. So again I get down at Jogeshwari. Now I know Bombay locals, you know how fast once you keep your miss your things, you are not going to get it back. I don't know how it will happen. Now something instant tells me you get down this first class compartment. Now I get down at first class compartment. That train comes just opposite. My train comes. Train crosses here, and I get into the train. I just see that my file is against in the same that train that luggage where the luggages are kept. I get my file back, and again I get down. Just can you imagine in Bombay local train you can get your files back? And I was back in my time in the court. This incident happened just 5 days back. 5 days back, not years, many years ago. Just 5 days back. There's this small experience how Swami showed his presence. If you have his faith that he is with me, he helps us in our mundane lives also. Just for that, I wanted to share my small experience. And with these few words, I think I will end my experiences here. Sai Ram to all of you.